3, but we are also doing this in order of like timelines. So the first part was in the beginning of our friendship. The second part was a month before the party for LA, and then this is going to be the glow house party.
So right after school, we all had gone to the same school.
Alright, part 3, but we are also doing this in order of like timelines. So the first part was in the beginning of our friendship. The second part was a month before the party for LA, and then this is going to be the glow house party.
So right after school, we all had gone to the same school at the time. Right after school, we were going to go back to Peach's house, and we were going to go from there to the airport. And when we get there, we notice she hasn't packed anything.
Clothes everywhere.
No.
By the way, we are staying there for I think a week, maybe 8 days.
A week.
She has clothes that you should be. Her clothes are tiny. You know what clothes she wears. She wears like these tiny tops. Like, she probably has over 200 pairs of tops in this pile. You can't see the ground.
So we're trying to get ready to go to the airport. We have like, what, 2 hours before our flight leaves?
Yeah.
And we're trying to go. She's still packing. She's yelling at all of us. We're just trying to help her. And we're like, what can we do? She's like, just go into the other room. And she's just like continuously yelling at us for doing nothing.
By the time she finally is packed, we are an hour late to leave for the airport. We call the Uber. We get in the Uber. She is the most disrespectful person to adults. I want everyone to know she is so rude to adults. This poor Uber driver was driving. She's getting yelled at. We are in traffic. 2 accidents happened on the way there on the highway by the American Dream Mall. If you guys know where that is. And we were stuck. She's screaming about it. She's freaking out. She's like, well, Dad, like, if we don't make it, just buy me a ticket and they can stay. They can stay. Like, buy me a ticket. Like, mind you, we bought. Like, I bought my own ticket.
She kept saying, this is my trip, but
it wasn't. While in this car, she's freaking out, and her dad says, you're probably not going to get your dress until tomorrow morning. That's the day of the party. The party's at night. She starts tweaking out. She's like, what do you mean? Like, I need my dress, like, blah, 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 blah. Savannah's trying to explain. She is screaming at everyone. I finally turn to her, and I'm like, Ashley, we will get on this plane. Our bags just might not, and they'll make the next flight, and we'll get them by tomorrow morning. You don't need to freak out. You're gonna have your dress by tomorrow. It's gonna be okay.
I'm trying to calm her down, and she's only listening to Milina.
Only. Right when I say that, she goes, oh, okay. We get to the airport. We have to check bags. She is going manic. She's going crazy about checking her bag. She doesn't know what to do. She's freaking out. She's like, kind of like being passive aggressive to the workers. Like, I felt so embarrassed.
So the first night we get there in West Hollywood, Beverly Hills, we're going up on the rooftop. We're getting into our bathing suits because there's a rooftop pool.
And a hot tub.
And a hot tub. We're all just hanging out, having a great time, filming TikToks like we usually do. Just having normal conversations. So we're just making TikToks, and then this person, this influencer, has a great idea to
Rage
bait basically, and post a video having me flirt with this
Echo,
hopelessly straight person.
Echo. She talked about this in her video.
Yes.
Echo was forced to flirt with Savannah, and Ashley wanted me to flirt with her. I have a girlfriend, and that's not okay. So Echo voiced that she does not feel comfortable. She doesn't want to be posted in a bikini, and she asked multiple times to not have this happen, but Ashley kept insisting.
During all of this, we felt so uncomfortable, but really we couldn't do anything because she had such a controlling power over all of us.
She held it over her head that she paid for this Airbnb, and that this is her trip.
This is her
and
trip.
That we're just here because of her. Like, yes, I'm not gonna lie, my following came from her.
Mine too.
She did so much for me. She is a good person deep down, but she's just so messed up in so many different ways that she needs help, and we have tried to give her this help, and she does not want to be saved.
It got to the point where this person asked me and
Echo
to kiss, and obviously we were both like uncomfortable with it, but again, we really couldn't do anything. So we ended up doing it, and she said, oh, I didn't see you do it again. So we ended up doing it again. But after that, she also asked me and Milina to kiss again.
And we did it because we felt like we had nothing else to do. If we walked away, she could just come back in the room. Like, You guys don't really understand how terrifying it was to be in any of these situations, because you could be sitting here saying, but why didn't you just stay now? Why didn't you leave? She is a manipulative, pathological liar. We, Brad, and multiple other people have talked, and we have found out things are being said, and things are also being said, and they're not really lining up. They're all lies. You actually don't know who Ashley Barnes is. No one knows who she is. You cannot trust her. During the 3 days we were staying at the Airbnb, one of the nights we went to Capri's after the Glow House party, and it was normal, and it was chill, and nothing weird was happening.
At that party after the Glow House, we had all gone.
But the only difference about that night was she didn't come home with us. She went home later. We were super suspicious. We were like, why'd you stay later? She was like, I was just having fun, it's fine, like it's okay. And we were like, alright, we're not gonna question. The next couple nights, she keeps going to Capri's house. Piper's there, but Piper leaves early, so she ends up just hanging out with, I think, Evan and Capri and all the guys. If you guys don't know who Evan is the assistant. I don't know what he was to Capri or Piper, but he sexually assaulted a 7-year-old asking for in a field. Allegedly, that is what has been being told, allegedly. She's had this weird connection with Evan that whole time, and it was kind of uncomfortable. The next night, I went.
The next night, I didn't go.
It was just me and Ashley, and we went there, and the party, it wasn't a party, it was just hang out with the people that were in the house. She would disappear into rooms upstairs. We weren't allowed to be in these rooms. I don't know what was happening in these rooms, but it was super suspicious. She told us that allegedly Capri said that he likes cheetah print. So the next night when we were at her uncle's house, she went by herself to the house in a cheetah print bra. She also said she wasn't going to be drinking, but when I went there, she told me she was drinking and not to tell Savannah because Savannah was super against it. I went home and I told Savannah. We're hanging out with her cousin while we're at her uncle's house, and every night she would leave and go to Capri's house. And one night we actually requested her to not go because we thought it was unfair that we couldn't go and that she was leaving us every night, but in her words, it's her trip.
So we're sitting in Milina's room at the time with her cousin, with this influencer.
Eating Mexican food.
Eating Mexican food. It was great food.
Amazing. Tasted amazing.
She claimed she was gonna go downstairs and grab the ice cream we had gotten her.
Because she was having a bad day that day.
So she goes downstairs and I get a text on my phone.
No, not even.
I get a text that says, I'm going to
Capri's house.
I love you, goodbye.
And
then
we hear the door
slam shut.
I run down the stairs. I open the door. I see her going into the Uber. I start yelling. I was like, Ashley, what the fuck? Like, why are you doing this? This makes no sense. You could have told us. You're a liar. Like, we were so frustrated that whole night we just stayed up texting her, making sure she was going to come home because we genuinely didn't know where she was going. We assumed she was going to Capri's, but she wouldn't give us any answer. And to be honest, I'm not going to lie. The nights that she was gone,
it was
the best nights
night
of
we
LA.
ever had.
Yeah, that was amazing.
We had so
much
many
fun.
inside jokes, so many like just memories that we'll cherish forever.
Are you guys ready? She came home with a black scent because she told me that she was around guys, and that's how she talks when she's around guys. And since Capri is dark toned, that's what happened. She said she was with them for like 3 hours. That doesn't happen. We were like, what are you talking about? Like, why are you talking like this? And she was like, "Cuh, like you know how it be." Like that's not how she talks. Like, why are you doing that?
So that night she comes home. I'm in the bed that I'm supposed to be sleeping in, and she comes in, and I wake up and I take my pillow and I take my blanket, and she's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm going for a walk," and I didn't tell her where I was going. I ended up going down to the beach because we were right by the beach, and I slept for about 2 hours.
For the rest of the trip, there is so much tension that anyone in the room could read it. Anytime she would say something, someone would get pissed off. It would always turn into a fight, and she wouldn't give us any fucking respect. The whole time, she was degrading Savannah. Savannah does so much for her. all Ashley had over her head was the fact that she paid for everything, but she always did the manual labor. And she always offered to pay. Savannah never asked for her to pay